Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird, it's dark, it's your kind of vibe.
Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. Hey guys.
What's up?
Whoop, whoop.
Are you good over there?
Huh?
Are you good?
I am still stressing from Monday's episode. Okay.
Well,
You know what? I'm still stressing from last week's episode because I'm still worried about a 7-foot clown showing up on my bed.
Wait, you're the one that gave me the clown motel to look up, so that was your own fault.
Look, I am terrified of clowns, so I thought this was going to be, a great story because I'm not the only one that's a clownophobe, right? Right? Okay. I didn't know about a 7-fucking-foot tall clown.
Well,
I could have literally gone the rest of my existence without that knowledge.
you weren't doing great when I started that episode, so you kept going no the entire time.
I was anticipating. I was anticipating, but not that.
Did you ever have your 7-foot clown dream?
No, I did not.
Or punch Wayne at all?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. No. Thankfully, I haven't been sleeping well, but it wasn't because of that.
A spider bite.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I'm a right side sleeper, and guess where the fucking spider bite is?
Oh, on the right side.
It is on my right hip.
Oh, fun.
Like exactly like on the not on the bone, but like where the hip bone is. So there's like that curved pressure.
Yeah.
And it's got packing in it. And like it hurts like in really weird spots. Like the wound open part itself doesn't hurt, but it hurts like in a 3-inch diameter around it, like almost all the way up to like.
That's weird.
Like here, the wound is here, but it hurts up to here. Yeah, I don't know.
That was a big ass spider.
Yeah, that one, it ran across my pillow the other day and I freaked the fuck out and I jumped like seconds it took me to get up and turn the light on because like I saw it out of the glow of my phone. Motherfucker was gone.
And Wayne's probably like, what the hell are you doing?
He was almost asleep and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, there's a spider.
And he didn't get up
to
help?
I think he just laid there with his hands over his eyes because I had the light on.
Such a supportive husband.
Yeah. So I like threw back my blanket because we have like, we got the bed sheets, the comforter, and we sleep on top of the comforter, so we don't ever have to make the bed because we're lazy. But we also can't share a comforter. Like, we cannot share the same blanket.
Because you're hot-natured.
No.
He's hot-natured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not me. I have to be, like, bundled up, and he's got the fan on all the time. Even when it fucking snowed, he had this fan on, okay?
I mean, so did I. So
y'all are fucking weird. Crazy.
I'm wearing shorts in the winter. What are you talking about?
No, thank you. No, thank you. But I jumped up, threw the covers back, like I threw my pillows. I'm shaking my pillows like furiously, smacking the cat in the face on accident.
Poor cat. Wait, which cat?
Sam. And he was just looking at me and I'm like, get the fuck out of the way.
Poor
and he
Sam.
said, meow. And then just laid there. So, and then like rolled on his back. So
poor Sam.
Whatever. But I shook out all my pillows. I shook out all the blankets, the covers.
They're probably on his side.
I don't know. I've got on the fucking floor. And that is hard for me because of my shoulder.
Yeah.
To get down and then try to push myself back up. And then, of course, the fucking spider bite. And on my side of the bed, when I'm on the floor looking under the bed, of course, the right side of my hip is touching the bed because that's where I lay on that side of the bed. I found nothing. No webs, no nothing. And this didn't look like a little house spider. This looked like a motherfucking black widow kind of spider with the segmented body and the freakishly long legs. No. But whatever bit me, it was either a widow bite, brown widow, or black widow, or a brown recluse. But I don't know because I can't fucking find anything.
Probably on Wayne's side of the bed.
It was probably him. And then he probably was just like, oh yeah, it was a spider.
Probably.
You're a fucking spider. You
Just
have 8 freakishly long legs. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. So there's that, I guess.
Well, you should be happy because this week we're not doing clowns.
Yay! Ever again.
Because that was the only clown story I had for you. So
And you never, ever again. Even if any of these stories or if Zach Bagel Bites is on some kind of show that's talking about a thing that you watch and you've got it and it has even one clown in it, I'm setting the place on fire. Okay?
Okay. So today we're talking about the LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans.
Love it. I mean, no, I don't love this story. This is like the worst fucking story ever, but I love stuff out of New Orleans because it's like outside of like Salem, I think is like one of the spookiest fucking places.
Mm-hmm. So this is one of the most popular stops on the New Orleans ghost tours. Sometimes people in the city won't even call it LaLaurie Mansion. They choose to refer to it as 1140 Royal Street as the haunted house instead.
Okay.
Shows like American Horror Story have already
Coven.
Yep, they've made it so much more notorious. And spoiler, the producers took great creative liberties, as Hollywood tends to do. Mm-hmm. So they did not film it at the actual house.
No.
They filmed it at the Herman Grima house on St. Louis Street.
Yeah.
Because people claim that the mansion is cursed, so it's probably better if they did a different.
For sure. But also, it's like a museum, so they would have had to have moved all of that stuff to get it. Yeah, it's definitely not the same place because when you look at the pictures of it, it's like a little corner building kind of thing, and it's not the same.
Yeah, so not the same house.
Close enough.
So Delphine LaLaurie is one of the most popular ghost stories on ghost tours in New Orleans. The house and Delphine played a big part in American Horror Story franchise. Mm-hmm. Nicolas Cage owned the house at one point.
Yes, I did know that, as a matter of fact.
Time. I saw that. I said, okay.
I did know that, yes. In fact, when I
made him go bankrupt, or I think, too.
Yeah, when I was reading about some movie that they did about one of the hospitals in New Orleans, that's where they filmed it. It mentioned like all that stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. So that is something I actually did know.
And then made him go bankrupt, so he sold it.
Oh, yeah.
Because part of the curse.
Yeah.
And it's widely considered one of the most haunted houses. And many believe it's the ghosts of former slaves that are causing most of the hauntings. Mm-hmm. So we have to talk about Delphine LaLaurie. So you know the story of the house first. So we have to talk about her.
Yep.
So she is known as the cruel mistress of the haunted house. She was born Marie Delphine McCarty on March 19th, 1787. Her parents were Louise Chevalier Barthélemy de McCarty and Marie Jean Larabelle.
Yeah, you got to understand these are French names.
Yeah,
which
so
is a lot of New
I'm
Orleans.
about to butcher all these names.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, they've turned it into French Cajun, but the names are something else, man.
Yeah, I was like, when I was doing all this, I said, I'm not going to be able to pronounce half these names.
Look, we'll go to New Orleans and we'll practice. New Orleans is only an hour and a half from here.
Exactly. Because we're going there in October.
We are. Oh, we'll talk about that later. But be listening for that because we're not really like a meet and greet because we're not going to have like a booth or anything there. But we will be at a certain place. And if you guys are interested.
And if you happen to be there at the same time.
If you happen to be there, great. And we'll let you know like around the time and what ticket prices are because we got ours for really fucking cheap. $4. And they were $24. So I don't know how we managed that. Just luck, I guess.
Very lucky.
We're meant to be there.
Yes. So she was a member of the large, wealthy, and politically powerful McCarty clan. Her family included military officers, planters.
Planters? Like gardeners?
Or
plantation owners?
Plantation. Excuse me.
Oh.
It just says planter, so I guess plantation owners?
I would think a planter is a gardener, but I don't know.
I don't know. All it said was planters, so I'm guessing either like farmers or
I would
plantation.
think
Probably,
farmers.
I'm gonna say farmers.
Okay.
I'm gonna say farmers. And
we are farmers. Dun, 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 dun. Not sponsored.
And merchants, and they had arrived early during the French colonization period. So yeah, I'm gonna say farmers.
Yeah.
And a lot of her relatives owned and managed extensive real estate and slaves.
Okay.
As her surname indicates, her family originated in Ireland.
Yes, McCarty.
Not where your husband's from.
No, he's from Mobile.
Even though he really should with his tiny leprechaun ass.
Mobile, Alabama.
And legend has it that the family patriarch fled Ireland to France to escape the political and religious tyranny imposed by England's monarchs.
Okay.
So, born in 1783, was first child of Louise and Marie, named Louise Barthélemy. And then Delphine was born after, but interestingly, her baptismal record was not entered into the sacramental register until December 26, 1793, almost 5 years after her birth.
What?
So, generally, the Catholic Church only did this when the infant in question was close to death.
Oh.
So, yeah. She was apparently, like, dying.
They waited until she was, like, they knew she was going to survive.
Yeah. And they're like,
wow.
oh, yeah, she was born here.
I like that name, too, Delphine. I do like it. I don't like her, but I like the name.
It's a nice name. So, she was married 3 times.
Yeah.
So, her first marriage. So, June 11th, 1800, she married.
God damn.
All right. I'm about to butcher
Like 1800.
1800. 1800.
It's 2025 now. So this was a long time ago.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm about to. This name. So she married Don Ramen de Lopez. Your finger's in my way. E. Angelo, a Caballero de la Royal de Carlos.
That's his whole name?
That's what it gave me.
Okay.
A high-ranking Spanish officer.
I mean, yeah, I could definitely tell he was Spanish with the name like that, yeah.
At the St. Louis Cathedral.
And that is insane for this woman to be racist like she is to have married a Spanish man.
Yes.
Whatever.
Uh-huh. And then 4 years later, they traveled to Spain. The accounts differ on what occurred on the journey, but what is known is that Don died in Havana en route to Madrid. Delphine was not with him when he passed, though.
Okay.
And then
were they thinking maybe she did something, or
he just died. They don't know like what happened.
Havana, ooh, na, na.
And also during the voyage, she gave birth to their daughter named Marie Borgia Delphine Lopez y Angela de la Candelaria, nicknamed Bonquita. I told you.
What?
I told you these names. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, but outside of that, where does that nickname come from? Bonquita?
I don't know.
What does that mean? Something in Spanish?
It translates to little mouth or small mouth.
What?
It can also be used to refer to lips or even be used as a term of endearment, such as pretty little mouth. Okay. They did that to their kid. Okay.
Okay. So we're not off to a good start.
Nope. So the stay was short-lived in Spain following Don's mysterious death, and both mother and daughter soon returned to New Orleans.
Nowlands.
Second marriage was to Jean Blanc, a man who carried many titles.
Oh, that was an easier name.
It was.
Yeah,
That
okay.
was probably the only easiest name I got.
Okay.
Including banker, merchant, lawyer, and legislator.
At the same time or at different times?
It just said he had that many titles. It didn't say like
No, we're just going to say it was all at one time.
all at one time.
Let him be a fascinating man.
Yes. So they got married in June of 1808. So 8 years after her first marriage.
Okay.
And after Jean bought the property with a house at 409 Royal Street, she gave birth to 4 more children: Mary Louise Pauline, Louise Marie Laurie, Marie Louise Jean, and Jean Pierre Pauline Blanc. She names her kids.
I'm really trying hard to follow. Why do they all have different last names? They're his kids, right?
I think they do like first name and 2 middle names.
Okay, that's how my kids are, but none of them have the same last name.
I don't know. I don't know how they did this.
And only one of them has the same last name of the current husband, who is the father of these 4 children.
No, like they all did their last. No, it's like all the same. It's their first name, 2 middle names, but they added the last name on the last kid.
Okay, I was real fucking confused.
Yeah,
I was like, why do they all have different last names?
2 middle names.
Okay, that's not that weird. All 3 of my children have 2 middle names. My stepdaughter only has 1 middle name because obviously I did not name her.
And tragedy struck again, and Blanc died in 1816.
Okay.
So I think at this point they're
like another 8 year.
She's doing something.
Something's fishy.
Something's fishy. Okay, and then the third and final marriage.
Okay.
In 1825, caused the most controversy.
Okay, that's 8 more years.
8 more years.
What is up with 8?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So his name was Leonard Louis Nicholas LaLaurie.
Okay.
He was a transplant from France.
Okay.
He was a physician, though today he would probably be considered more of a chiropractor.
Okay.
They met because one of her daughters from her second marriage has some deformities along her spine and was subsequently ill.
Oh.
So they said it was like what's that, like curved spine?
Scoliosis.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what she had at that time. He was hired to cure the girl. He used all sorts of medical equipment that looked quite torturous.
Yeah, have you seen devices like that? They look scary.
Yes. Her daughter did not get better.
Oh.
But Delphine was enamored with the physician, even though she was nearly 20 years older.
Ew.
Yes. And letters show that LaLaurie departed New Orleans for France and that his brother persuaded him to return.
Okay.
Because she was pregnant and it was his. And he had no choice but to marry her.
What?
Yeah, he knocked her up. He tried to run away. His brother said, no.
Okay.
You have to marry her because you knocked her up.
That's not how that works, but okay.
Well, back then it was.
Yeah, no.
So in 1831, she had purchased the property at 1140 Royal Street, where she would live with Louis and 2 of her children. The marriage was not a happy one. Don't ask me where the other kids were because it did not tell me.
Maybe they were older.
Yeah, I would think so.
Old enough to be on their own, I guess.
Because, they're 1831.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, based on what she did, I'd probably get the fuck out of the house, too, because she probably wasn't that great of a mom to them either.
Probably not.
Okay.
Neighbors overheard the couple arguing all the time.
Okay.
And it was almost unsurprising to them when Louis packed his bags and moved out sometime in the early months of 1834. Okay. So he said, 3 years, I'm done. Goodbye.
The neighbors saw him leave and they were like, legit.
And apparently losing her husband drove her mad.
Oh.
Rumors spread that she was harming her slaves. In an incident in 1833, when a young slave girl within the household, Leah, fell to her death in the courtyard, turned all eyes on Marie Delphine McCarty LaLaurie.
Mm-hmm.
The council held an investigation and all her slaves were set free. One by one, she purchased them all back.
Yep.
And then the events within 1140 Royal Street quieted until that fateful night in 1834.
Yeah, that was like the biggest thing. Like they knew something was going on, yet she was continually allowed to purchase new slaves. Like they knew something was going on.
No, just wait till I get to the end.
I don't want to.
Because then you're not going to like it.
I already don't like it.
On the morning of April 10th, 1834, a fire broke out at the house.
Mm-hmm.
It destroyed part of the house and brought light to 7 slaves who were starved, tortured, and chained in the upper part of the building.
In the attic.
In the attic.
If you've seen American Horror Story, you know where this is going.
The nearly helpless were carried to the Cabildo, which is City Hall, where they received medical treatment. I had to look it up.
Oh, okay.
Where they received medical treatment, food, and drink. Nearly 2,000 townspeople came to see the fire. And they were appalled by the wretched sight before them, and they were hoping that the sheriff would arrest Delphine. Yeah, he never came.
The sheriff never came?
Nope. And as the day went on, he still didn't come.
Okay. Now, see, here's the thing. At least they took the slaves and tried to make them better.
Yeah.
You know, because slaves were property at that point and were rarely treated like humans. So I'm glad that whoever did find them took them to be treated and fed instead of just, well, you're a slave, you know, you're not worth the time or the energy. I'm glad that happened.
And the town slowly transformed into a mob, and they only wanted vengeance.
And that's great too. That's in the 1800s, having slaves and people actually standing up for the slaves. That's virtually unheard of. You know, she couldn't have been the only person who was mistreating slaves in that time. You know,
no. So she managed to escape the fray. The crowd attacked the empty residence. They stripped the interior of its valuables and continued their assault by trying to dismantle the whole house by damaging the walls and the roof. Mm-hmm. So by the next morning, they had nearly demolished the entire house.
Good.
During the following week, details of the fire and the aftermath, as reported by witnesses, emerged in local newspapers. Soon it was picked up by national publications. Delphine was put as a monster and a demon in the shape of a woman, and fury itself escaped from hell.
Well, yeah, she was definitely evil. There was something dark in her.
Uh-huh. So the fire started in the kitchen and was allegedly started on purpose by a slave woman who was chained to the stove as punishment.
Wait, did she die?
It never said.
Oh, no.
But it said she's the reason she started the fire.
Oh, God.
But it didn't say if she died or not.
Okay. Well, I would assume so if the only survivors they found were the 7 that were in the attic.
Yeah. So a lot of the stories that were told about the mansion involved slaves being found under extreme conditions after the fire was extinguished. Mm-hmm. One version is that the conditions of the slaves were in when the authorities arrived. So, trigger warnings ahead.
Okay, hold on. Let me situate, because...
Yeah, you're going to get situated for this. One of the slaves had their bones broken numerous times and set in unnatural positions so that when she moved, her limbs remained crooked and bent, and her gait reminded people of a crab. Another slave was said to have a hole drilled in his head with a wooden spoon sticking out in obvious attempt to stir the brains. Another...
I think I just saw smoke coming out of my ears, because it literally... I just saw like a gray fog just go up.
Yes. Another had their skin peeled back to expose the tissue and muscle to the naked eye.
What in the actual fuck is going on?
Another slave had his intestines removed from his body and wrapped around his naked waist. Others were covered in honey and black ants.
What the fuck?
The lucky ones were found dead. Their torture finally had an end.
Oh. I'm fucking shaking. I'm so mad right now. Like, and I know this story, but it doesn't get any better the more I hear it. You've done 2 stories this week that have really...
You picked them.
No. You picked them this week.
You gave them to me, though.
Yeah, but I didn't say, hey, do this one. I want to be really angry this week. Here we are.
At least it's not clowns.
You know what? At this point, I think I might be better with clowns.
With the 7-foot clown?
Yeah. Like, just give me 5 minutes with that woman. Well, I mean, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd fight her. God damn it, is what I'm trying to say.
So a lot of these stories and exaggerations can be traced back to books written by commentaries well after the fire broke out.
Wait. So what you were saying about the slaves, were those exaggerations or were those actual...
So they could never actually find proof.
Okay.
That
I'm a little less angry about that now, but still pretty angry.
So because they literally, like, when they were doing the investigation, like, at the beginning...
Yeah.
They could not find proof, like, after the when the little girl fell.
Yeah.
And they did the investigation. They could not find proof that she actually did torture them and, like, abuse them this badly.
Yeah.
Like,
did they speak out? The slaves? Did they ever speak out against her? Really?
Yeah, like, so they could never actually, like, they never had, like, actual proof.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was more just hearsay.
From other people,
from other people, not the slaves.
Okay,
so they couldn't, like, so they didn't actually have proof that, like, any of it had happened.
Okay. Other than finding the 7 slaves in the attic tied up.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a short jump to believing that she actually did all that shit, but okay.
But yeah, so because when they did the investigation, like they could see, like, they weren't being tortured, like, they looked fine.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
And none of them, like, were looking, like, scared or, like, wanting to, like, talk. Like, they looked...
Okay.
So,
I mean, they could still be victims and just scared to talk because they don't know if something worse would happen. I mean, I could see that. happening.
But they didn't have like legitimate proof.
Okay. Like they never witnessed any of this. They never saw
Yeah.
people with the bones that way
No.
or their stomachs torn open. Okay.
No, it was just everything just ended up being more exaggerations and turning her into the person that they made her.
Okay.
So the more gruesome stories are renditions told in Jean Delavine's
There's more. Gruesome.
The Haunted House of the Rue Royal in 1946.
Who wrote that?
Jean Delavine?
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. I thought you said one of her kids' names, and I was like, oh,
No.
shit, then maybe it's true.
No.
Okay.
Delavine claimed to have come upon her info from old newspaper accounts, interviews, and neighborhood hearsay.
Okay.
Also declared that when the house was sold, workers went about rebuilding. They uncovered numerous human skeletons beneath the house in all sorts of positions, helter-skelter, barely covered with soil, shreds of fabric still adhering to their bones. Some of the skulls had holes in them. The authorities concluded that the bodies were those of former slaves, their bodies buried to hide the fact that they were killed inside of the mansion.
Okay, so evidence pointing towards some of this stuff could probably be true, especially with the holes in the head.
Yeah, but they couldn't, like, really, like, say it's true, and it was, like, her and
Yeah, for sure.
all that stuff. Other newspapers in the area said that slaves were kept in poor conditions. The New Orleans Bee newspaper took it many steps further by saying that the slaves were tortured. Some of them appear to be part of medical experiments.
Now, if this stuff isn't true, why the fuck? Why?
Just wait.
It doesn't make the situation any better.
Just wait.
I don't want to. I'm
They-
over it.
They were the only newspaper to include stories about tortured slaves being mutilated.
Okay.
Their reputation in the 1830s could be likened to the reputation of the National Inquiry today, where Bigfoot aliens are the main spread.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know what the fucking National Inquiry is, but understood.
Yeah. Historians argue that the Bee's article about the fire of the slaves and Delphine was based on info they attained by hearsay.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
The informant was Monsieur Montreal, the spurred neighbor. Monsieur. He lived next door at the time the fire broke out and years before that. He suffered an unfortunate bout of unrequited love for Delphine.
Okay. So he made shit up to make her look like a horrible fucking person.
Because she did not love him back.
I mean, if you owned a slave, you were already a horrible fucking person, but he made shit up to make it look worse.
Yes.
It's like a fucking typical man. God damn.
It was documented by reporters interviewing people after the fire that Montreal had made advances toward her for years.
Okay.
He comforted himself, no doubt, by speaking of her in a derogatory manner.
As most scorned men tend to do.
Yes, he made her look like she was the devil.
I mean, she very well may have been.
Yes.
But this is kind of sounding a little suspect now.
Yeah, because they could never actually find proof.
Gotcha.
And then in the Sunday magazine section of the New Orleans Times Picayune on February 4th, 1934, much of this was brought to light by, I'm about to butcher this,
Okay.
Meigs
Sure.
Frost.
Meigs Frost? What a name.
Yeah. He wrote that the whole story was the result of a smear campaign orchestrated by Montreal.
Okay.
Frost wrote, her indulgence of her slaves was well told by friends. She would hand half-empty wine glasses at dinner to the slave who waited behind her chair, insisting that they drink it. Her coachmen were fed to sleekness.
Fed to sickness?
Sleekness.
Slickness?
Yes, S-L-E-E-K. I don't know.
What does that mean? I don't know. I was kind of excited about fed to sickness because that meant like she made sure they were well fed, but I don't know what sleekness means.
I don't know.
Like, were they greasy because they were fat or?
He just said sleekness, and I tried to figure out what that meant. It didn't tell me.
Okay.
So
I have no clue. I've never heard that before.
I haven't either. He also provided info on the slave girl Leah, who was supposedly chased by Delphine through the house with a whip. He stated, based on his info and sources, she was actually sliding down a curving banister, playing, and fell, being killed by the marble hallway floor.
Oh, poor baby.
Yes. A lot of the stories were not actually true because they could never find actual proof that she did these things to the slaves.
Okay.
After she left New Orleans, we know that Delphine went back to France. Her ship docked in Mobile before continuing the journey to Paris. Her death is shrouded in mystery, just as her life was.
Okay.
One popular account details her death while hunting boar, which is very unlikely. Because they're like,
she was hunting boar?
yes.
Oh.
They said she was hunting boar.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of people were like, yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't think that woman liked to get her hands dirty,
Yeah.
especially not in that way. She would have just paid somebody to go get her one.
Yeah, no. Other stories report her returning to New Orleans later in life under an assumed name.
Okay. This woman was not liked by a lot of people to have this many rumors floating around about her.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Probably because she has so many husbands. They're like, no. While historians widely discount this story, there's a reason to believe she could have.
Okay.
Because according to some, the Blanc tomb in St. Louis Cemetery number 1 hold her body.
That's one of my favorite cemeteries.
She most likely died in France.
Okay.
Which cemetery? Is that the big one?
There's 3 of them. Yeah, but they're big.
Okay.
One of them has Marie Laveau in it.
Oh,
I know.
we gotta go.
But we have to.
Yes.
They didn't. So we tried to go a couple years ago during COVID, quote unquote.
Yeah.
They had the tour shut down. You couldn't go on it. But they're
Dang.
open again. I checked the other day.
Nice. There are records kept in France that show she died on December 7th, 1849. And more significantly, letters exchanged with her children explain how Delphine desperately wanted to return to New Orleans, but that her children forbid it. Save the one she had with Louise LaLaurie, all lived the rest of their days with their mother in Paris in the same house.
Okay.
Okay. So that was Delphine,
The history.
the history.
Gotcha.
And so that was that one part. And now there's more to this mansion.
I mean, there would have to be.
So after the fire, the original mansion did not survive. In 1838, Pierre Trastor rebuilt the mansion on top of the original site. It functioned as a high school, an apartment building, a refuge for young delinquents, a bar, and even a furniture store. What?
Okay, this is sounding a lot like the Crescent Hotel.
Yes. So for the girls' school years, so for a very brief time, it was a school for all girls during the mid to late 19th century. At first, it had been one of the few mixed schools in the city of New Orleans, but politics during the Reconstruction era.
Wait, this was in the 1900s?
19th century. Yes.
And it was a mixed school?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Progressive. I like it.
But politics during the Reconstruction era were
Let me look at it. Which where?
convoluted, there we go. And soon after, it was converted into strictly an all-girls African-American primary school.
Okay.
Within a short period of time, reports of physical assaults came to light. The girls would approach the teachers with tears streaking down their faces with sleeves rolled up. The exposed forearms were all scratched and bruised.
I heard about that.
When asked who did it, all they kept saying was that woman.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah. I'm very familiar with the ghost part of the story, not so much her part.
Yeah. So the girls were young enough to probably not be aware of Delphine because it happened some decades earlier. And it was unlikely that the teachers would tell 6, 7, or 8-year-olds the story.
Right.
About what happened.
Yeah.
So they did wonder if the girls were playing pranks on each other or if the Phantom Woman was actually true. And of course, like no memoirs or anything were found during this time period, so they couldn't really figure it out.
So when the girls were talking about that woman, did they say she was a white woman, or like how did they kind of come to the conclusion that it could have been Delphine?
They would just say
just that woman.
That woman, okay. And that she was. Oh, how'd they describe her? They just kept saying that woman, and they just figured it was Delphine.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they may have had like
because they had the stories of her like abusing her slaves.
I mean, that makes sense, but maybe the kids did kind of give like different descriptions or similar descriptions that would maybe match her. That they just
kept saying that woman. So
okay.
And because it was all African American girls, and because she supposedly abused her slaves, they just figured, oh, it's Delphine.
Right. Okay. Got it.
And then when it was an apartment, In 1894, a tenant was brutally murdered in his room.
Oh.
They had found his belongings ransacked as if someone had gone through them, and the police assumed that he was a victim of a robbery, even though nothing of value had been found missing.
Okay.
And when they were interviewing neighbors, they did find something interesting. One of his friends claimed that he was having problems with sprites in his house.
Okay.
And they wrote it off as his imagination running wild.
Mm-hmm.
He did say something interesting. He claimed that his friend, the one that got murdered, told him that there was a demon in that house who wasn't going to rest until he had met his end.
Okay, that's fucking creepy.
Yes.
Get the sage out immediately and the salt.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would burn it to the ground.
And now we're on to the hauntings.
Okay.
So the Ghost City tourist team who was doing a tour at the mansion, and one of the groups happened to have a medium. So throughout the entire night, she has sensed things about various locations before the tour guide even told the story. So when she first saw the mansion, she sucked in a deep breath and said, "Such sadness."
Oh.
She whispered as she rocked back on her heels. And then when she pulled her phone out to take a picture of the mansion, she said, "The bricked up window, that's not where the little girl fell out of." And it made the tour guide pause because she hadn't got to that part of the story yet.
Okay.
And she recovered quickly and told her, "No, you're right. The story goes that Leah fell into the courtyard. As for the bricked up window, I suspect that someone did some interior decorating but wanted to maintain the symmetry on the outside of the home."
Okay. What?
What?
So the writer guy said that the girl was sliding down a curved banister and died on the marble floor below, but this is saying she fell out of a window into the courtyard and died. So what's the real story?
They don't know.
Okay.
Because some of them are like she could have done the banister and like because they had like just waxed or something.
Yeah.
And flew out of the window off the banister.
Okay. I mean, sure.
But then like she could have hit the floor. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how the house is set up, so I don't know what it looks like.
I'm real confused.
Yeah, I don't
Big
know.
confusion, but okay.
I don't know. And then in the next few minutes, the medium experienced such a heavy emotion like the weight has settled down upon her shoulders. She has sensed a spirit of a young boy who liked to play pranks on the living and the spirit of a little girl who was often nervous.
Oh.
And the tour guide had asked her if she could feel any of the helplessness or anger, and she said no. Whatever happened then with LaLaurie does not visit the house any longer.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what else to say.
You good?
Confused, but yeah.
A few of the tour guides have also experienced some things. So one guy was giving tours, and she was standing just directly across the front door. And to the right, another group was discussing the tragedies of the mansion some 50 feet away. And then when they were telling the story of 1834, the guide felt a tug on her messenger bag draped over her shoulder. She stopped and twisted to see if someone was messing with it. And then when she didn't see anyone, she continued. And then no less than 10 seconds later, she felt the tug again, but this time harder.
Something trying to get her attention.
Yes. And then 2 weeks later, at the corner of Governor Nichols and Royal Street, the guide was out on the streets bringing another tour around. And they were under a set of street lamps that had been burnt out for weeks. So, like, they weren't on or anything.
Yeah, okay.
So she had launched into the story, and the minute she said the name Leah, the lamps flickered on.
Oh, it's Leah.
And then when she continued and said the name Leah again, the lamps blew out and the lights stayed off.
Oh, she's like, they're talking about me.
Yes.
Sweet baby.
And it said the enslaved spirits that were tormented refused to leave the mansion. You can hear the cries echoing through its halls after sunset. Visitors report a heavy, oppressive atmosphere in certain areas of the house, sudden drops in temperature, and inexplicable sounds that echo with the pain of the past.
No.
Paranormal investigators have captured ghostly voices and specters in photos, further fueling the mansion's reputation as one of the most haunted places in New Orleans. Many people who have passed the mansion claim to see apparitions in the upper windows, their silhouettes flickering in the moonlight. Other people have reported hearing chains rattle and feeling unseen hands brush against their skin.
Gotcha. Is that one that Bagel Bites has done? I feel sure.
He did, but I couldn't find the episode.
Okay. Yeah, he's done everything.
It was one of the seasons that wasn't on freaking Discovery.
I know, it's so fucking weird.
It skips seasons. I said, what the heck is this shit?
Ghost Hunters is the same way. It starts at season 11 and you've got 11 through 13 and then it jumps to 17. I'm like, where is season 1 through 12 and then 14 through 19?
Yeah, I was so mad because I was like, oh, I can watch it, and not even on freaking Discovery. Not any of the stuff.
Probably on YouTube.
It's not on any of the stuff. It kept skipping that freaking episode.
Okay. Well, I didn't like it. I'm confusion. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if she's guilty. I don't know if she's not guilty of these horrible things. I would think there would be more tragic hauntings there if what they're saying that she had done to them were factual.
Yeah, but they don't really have tragic hauntings.
Well, no, I mean, but the medium or whatever, I think if she's a real medium, she would feel that.
Yeah, but she didn't. She said she didn't feel any anger or anything.
Right, exactly. I would think that she would feel that. But you did say that she said whatever it once had been there with those feelings is now gone.
Yeah. Because she didn't even say if she felt Delphine there.
Yeah. So I am so on the fence about this one. I really am. And I mean, obviously, like you said, they took creative license with AHS with this because it showed her bathing in their blood and that the slave mob took her kids and hung them, and none of that actually happened in real life. So
yeah,
it's confusing, but
because you don't know if it was true, not true,
right? You have no clue. Well, especially the kids they lived, so we know that's not true. But the violence and everything, we don't know.
The one dude who didn't get his love freaking reciprocated was like, you know what? I'm gonna make her the freaking devil. Yeah, and they didn't mention any of that. But that's my favorite fucking episode. Well, not episode, but that's my whole Coven is my whole favorite season. Absolutely 100% my favorite. Because it's got Stevie Nicks in it, and I love Stevie Nicks. Okay, so we're gonna, I'd say, transition to something less horrible. We're not. We're not. I am going to educate you guys on La Llorona. Okay? I still have to watch that movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She is also known as the crying woman, the weeping woman, or the wailer. I thought that said waiter for a second. And
so she's like a banshee.
I mean, yes and no. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. She is considered to be a vengeful spirit in the Mexican folklore who is said to roam near bodies of water, mourning her children whom she drowned in a jealous rage after discovering that her husband was unfaithful to her.
So why would you murder your children?
They do. There are so many stories about women murdering their children to get back at their husbands or boyfriends.
But what good does that do? Because they come out of you, so it's like...
Because if they have a really good relationship with their father, what is going to hurt that man the most? He's hurting her.
But then
taking away his kids.
But then what if it backfires and he's like, oh well, I'll just go make more.
Then they turn into La Llorona.
But then she wants to grieve.
Ma'am,
it's your fault. Your kids are dead.
Yeah, it's like what they say, hindsight's 20/20. In the heat of the moment, you're not really thinking. I mean, again, it's folklore.
Yeah. Okay. What's that movie with Leonardo? That Shutter Island? Did his wife do that?
She drowned the kids.
Yeah, she drowned the kids.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I have seen
And did she drown herself or something?
I've never seen it, but I have seen
the movie.
He runs up on her while she's outside, and she's like, "They're at school," and he's like, "It's Saturday. There is no school." And then she said, or school isn't in session or something, and she's like, my school is. And he like looks over her shoulder and sees their little bodies floating. I saw that.
I have the movie if you want to watch it.
Women do shit like that. We're fucking crazy, and not in a good way. I would never. I hope you would never.
No.
And I hope nobody I know would never, but I know this is not an uncommon occurrence for females.
That's just why?
I don't know. She is said to have long black hair and is wearing a hooded cape or veil. Others describe her as being young and pretty, wearing either black or white. And this, I don't like it. And having the bones of her dead children embedded in her back, like in her spine.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I told you I didn't like it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what she is said to look like.
All the, with their faces and,
It doesn't say. It just says the bones of her children embedded in her back.
I'm about to look this bitch up. Hold up.
Well, the pictures I've seen don't really show that. It just shows her, like, in the black veil and the black dress, but... she is said to act unflinchingly and without mercy, often drowning the children she has found or kidnapped when she realizes they are not her children.
Wait.
So when she kidnaps other people's children and murders them, and then she takes them thinking they're her kids, and then when she realizes they're not her kids, she's like, my bad.
How would you... Okay.
I don't know. Some traditions hold that she will begin to seduce a lone man and then murder him as a form of revenge for her husband's abuse or adultery, while others assert that she kills men, women, and children indiscriminately.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about folklore. It's like every section or every region has like a different reason of why they're doing it or how it's done. She is said to possibly be summoned via seance. So
we ain't doing that.
Don't call her. I love seances, though, but we're not calling her.
We ain't doing that.
She may appear when children misbehave or when men find themselves lost alone and near a river or lake. So, like, she doesn't fuck with you if you're not by water.
So don't go by water.
Yeah, that was like the main thing. Like, don't go by the water. And again, like with the Wendigo, a lot of these folklores seem to be tales of trying to keep people safe, keep people alive. For the children with the Wendigo, it was don't go into the woods, don't wander too far, there's Wendigos.
Yeah.
You know, with this one, it might be don't go near the water, you'll drown, but, you know, La Llorona might come and get you. So I think a lot of these types of legends kind of have that safety undertone for children specifically. Yeah. In some versions, she appears to mothers and steals their child or children, mistaking the children for her own lost children. But again, she goes to murder them and then realizes they're not hers. And she's like, no, my bad.
But aren't they infused in her back?
Her children.
So doesn't she know they're in her back?
I don't think so. That's just one version, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. She's like in a perpetual loop.
Clearly.
Yeah. Siren-like wails that are said to lure children and adults to their death. So kind of like a banshee.
Okay.
Kind of. Or what are they called? Sirens.
Sirens.
Yeah.
Siren-like wails.
Because I literally... It has been a very long day. I am not used to recording after I work a 9-hour shift.
We need cake after this episode.
Yeah, but it had to be done because I am not trying to record 3 weeks worth next weekend.
No, because watch us not get it done either.
No. She is very prominent on Dia de los Muertos, which is October 31st through November 2nd. Coincides with Halloween, Day of the Dead.
Okay.
My favorite time of the year.
Your Spanish is so much better than mine.
Well, I mean, I say Spanish words good if I like the word.
Oh, okay.
This is Halloween. I like the word.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful language. Whomever hears her crying either suffers some type of misfortune or death, and their life becomes unsuccessful in every aspect.
Okay, I need one that you hear it and you lucky as shit. I need that one.
Not today, my guy.
I need that one.
Nope. You hear her and your finances plummet, your relationships suck, your health declines. Yeah, this is she is no bueno. I will try to find a lucky cryptid or ghost, but I think they're probably very few and far between. Now, this part is really fucking freaky to me.
Okay.
If a person hears the cry from far away, okay, that means she is very, very close.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So if like it sounds like you're hearing her from outside, you know, just like an echoed whatever, she is like right there.
How does that make sense?
But if you hear her and it sounds like she's standing behind you, she's very, very far away.
How does that make sense?
So it doesn't really explain it, but here is my theory.
Okay.
If she sounds far away, you're not going to run.
That's true. Bitch, I'll probably still
and
run,
she'll
though.
be right there.
Nah, I'd probably still run, though.
If she sounds close, you'll run possibly in her direction. That's my theory.
That's true, too.
And it makes sense to me.
I still run. Though. Fuck that shit.
I mean, if I hear screaming, I'm going to be like, shut the fuck up, which I do frequently. So
yeah, you tell the cats that all the time.
I do. I did today, actually, because she was just in the hallway screaming.
Who?
Freya. Earliest documentation of La Llorona is traced back to 1550 in Mexico City. So this is very much unlike the Black-Eyed Kids, who have only been around for 30 years.
Kids.
La Llorona has been around for a very long time. Theories about her being connected to specific Aztec mythological creation stories, quote unquote, the Hungry Woman. She is said to be a wailing woman constantly crying for food. So this theory, the Aztec mythological one, she didn't kill her kids. She's just like hungry, starving, and just crying for food all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, different regions have different theories about what it is, how it became.
I like food too, so.
I mean, I do too, but I'm not going to cry.
No.
Where?
I mean, I might cry if we don't get cake.
Look, you'll get some goddamn cake, okay? It's from Rouse's and it's so fucking good. It's so sweet. I had to cut like a little tiny piece.
Nah, bitch, don't give me a small piece. Give me a big one.
She has been compared to, and I'm going to fuck this up. I did put like in phonetics next to it, but I still am going to fuck it up. It's the Cihuacoatl, an Aztec goddess deity of motherhood, as well as Eve and Lilith from Hebrew mythology. Now, let me tell you a little story about Lilith. She is my fucking favorite. Okay.
She is your favorite.
Lilith is my favorite, and then Hecate.
Hence why you're cat. No. I'm surprised you haven't named one Hecate yet.
I didn't have any more cats. Sometimes conflated with.
I almost brought you home another black cat.
No, thank you. I will fuck you up. Okay. Sometimes conflated with La Malinche, the Nahua woman who served as Hernan Cortez's interpreter, and also bore his son, considered to be both.
Then.
Huh?
Okay, then.
Well, I mean, they spent a lot of time together, so, I mean, you know.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
She's considered to be both the mother of the modern Mexican people and a symbol of national treachery for her role in aiding the Spanish.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Ben Radford, an American writer, investigator, and skeptic known for his scientific approach to examining paranormal phenomena and urban legends, found common elements of the story of La Llorona in the German folklore. I'm going to fuck this up because it's German and I am not German. Let me see. That one. Ooh. Right. So it's written Die wie Frau, but it's actually Die Valsafro, which is the white lady. I probably still fucked that up. So I'm sorry, guys.
You gotta say it like mean and angry.
I'm sorry, guys, that speak German, particularly Christine from And That's Why We Drink, because she's German, but I don't think she would care. But she might. I don't know. Sorry, Christine. Dating from 1468, so even before 1550 in the Mexican
Good golly.
Legends. Yeah.
She old.
Very old. He believes that Spanish colonizers may have introduced such narratives to the Americas just to kind of like spook people.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. La Llorona also bears a resemblance to the ancient Greek tale of the demigoddess Lamia, in which Hera, Zeus's wife, learned of his affair with Lamia and killed all of the children Lamia had with Zeus.
Hera was not very happy with any of him.
No. Out of jealousy and sadness over the loss of her own children, Lamia kills the children of other women.
It's all Hera's fault.
So now we're dating back to Greek mythology. So this has been a very long running tale.
Yes, seems like it.
The Florentine Codex is an important text about the Spanish invasion of Mexico in 1519, a quote from which is, "The sixth omen was that many times a woman would be heard going along, weeping and shouting. She cried loudly at night, saying, 'Oh, my children, we are about to go forever.' Sometimes she said, 'Oh, my children, where am I to take you?'"
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
The hell?
Typical versions of the legend are a beautiful named Maria married a rich ranchero conquistador to whom she bore 2 children. One day, Maria saw her husband with another woman, and in a fit of blind rage, she drowned both of her children in the river, which she immediately regretted.
I bet you did.
Unable to save them and consumed by guilt, she drowns herself as well, but is unable to enter the afterlife, forced to be in purgatory and roam the earth until she finds her children.
And I bet her husband didn't even care.
It never says if the men, do anything.
They probably don't.
Yeah. In other renditions, the children are illegitimate, not the father's children, and are drowned so the father couldn't take them to be raised by his new partner.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, there are people actually do this shit, in real life, not just in folklore.
That's just crazy, though.
It is. Another storyline with Maria is that she was unfaithful and her children drowned while she was entertaining other men by the river. So she was...
So either way,
she was getting her rocks off and the kids were playing by the river and they drowned and she got to them too late.
So either way, it's her fault.
Yeah. Regional traditions. Mexico, deeply rooted in Mexican popular culture, told to children to encourage them not to wander off in the dark or near bodies of water such as rivers and lakes alone. In Chicano, which is Mexican American culture, the tale acts as a warning, particularly for women, on what is considered acceptable behavior. Strong women who had been forced to accommodate the colonizers' ruling and had been punished for challenging the traditional female roles. Yeah, I don't understand that either.
What?
I don't know. In Guatemala, it is said to be a woman who had an affair with a lover. She became pregnant and gave birth to a child named Juan de la Cruz, who she drowned so her husband would not know about it. The woman was condemned in the afterlife to search for her murdered son in every place where there is a body of water. She searches for him by crying out, trying to locate him. Like a dolphin. Echolocation.
How you gonna hide your belly, though?
Big clothes. People do it all the time.
That's true.
And it depends on how big she was. If she was already, an overweight person, sometimes it's hard to tell if they're pregnant. And in big clothes, so it's possible. In Ecuador, she is known as La Llorona de los Ríos, which is the crying woman of the rivers, or La Llorona de los Andes, which is the crying woman of the Andes. It is said that she lost her lover, and in desperation, she drowned her children in a river, and she now cries uncontrollably and searches the riverbanks for her missing children. I'm going to butcher this, Guayas River. The locals there say they can hear her somber screams and cries at night.
That's not creepy at all.
I know, right? Just walk outside. Nope. Going back inside. Whatever I needed outside can wait until morning. Absolutely not. And in the United States, the toll bridge.
The toll bridge.
She lives under the toll bridge. She is an actual troll. In the United States, the tale is told to scare children into good behavior, sometimes specifically to deter children from playing around dangerous bodies of water, obviously.
Let's traumatize kids saying, oh, if you go by bodies of water, a lady's going to come out and grab you.
Yeah. And kill you.
Yeah, that's not traumatizing at all.
Look.
Because you're going to have kids who be like, oh, you know what? Let's make that a dare.
Let's test that theory. Right.
Yeah, let's make that a dare.
Yeah. They're also told, it's also told to them that her cries are heard as she walks around the street or near bodies of water to scare children from wandering around. So Part of the tale says the screams lure them in so she could kill them. The other part of the tale in the United States is that she screams and cries to scare children to keep them away from the water so they don't get hurt.
Some kids are going to be like, what the fuck? And go investigate.
I would be that child.
You would be that child.
That would be me. I would be that adult.
And then I would have to come and help you.
No, look, I would be that adult if someone's screaming. I'm always like looking around like, where is that coming from?
Nosy ass bitch.
Or I'm like, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, it's crazy. So in the United States, La Llorona resembles stories of El Cucuy.
Who?
El Cucuy. You've never heard of El Cucuy?
I feel like I have. The same time I don't know what that is.
Okay, he's a mythical boogeyman-like creature often used by parents to scare children into good behavior and is said to lurk in the dark, snatching up misbehaving kids who won't go to bed.
Yeah, nope.
No.
Nope, I just had my red-eyed demon four fingered by the light switch thingy.
In 1968, there were tales of La Llorona haunting a juvenile detention facility in California.
Okay.
I mean, if she is attracted to kids or like trying to kill kids, that would be like a legitimate place that I would think that she could go.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of kids there.
A lot of kids.
There's also a mural titled La Llorona's Sacred Waters by Juana Alicia and Fran.
Mine.
By Juana or Juana. No, I don't know. Alicia in San Francisco's Mission District. Alicia reimagined her as a protector of water and a symbol of environmental justice. So again, many different things that are being said that this woman does, can be, has done. A particularly chilling real-life incident occurred in 1986 when Juana Leger, different Juana than the lady who painted the painting, attempted to drown 6 of her 7 children in Houston's Buffalo Bayou in Texas. 2 of the children, unfortunately, didn't survive.
Why only 6 and not the 7th?
I don't know. It doesn't ever say. Leha claimed that she was La Llorona, bringing the legend into a horrifying reality.
The hell?
Like I said. In Venezuela, she is said to be the spirit of a woman that died of sorrow after her children were killed. It doesn't specify if it was by herself or somebody else. It just said they were killed. In popular culture, you can find La Llorona pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Almost everybody, I think, knows some type of story about La Llorona. My Bologna. Okay. So in 1933, a movie called La Llorona was filmed in Mexico. 1960, another film called La Llorona by Rene Cardona. 1963 film called The Curse of the Crying Woman. In 2001, a film called Mulholland Drive, and it's a tale of a mysterious singer who performs llorando, a Spanish version of Crying by Roy Orbison. And those who witness this performance suffer severe consequences. So, like, remember in the beginning, it said that anybody who even just sees her has bad luck, like, pretty much the rest of their life. Yeah. That's kind of what this movie ties into.
Okay.
In 2007, a movie called Hotel. 2008, a Mexican horror film called Kilometer 31. 2011 Mexican animated film called La Leyenda de la Llorona. In 2017, the movie Coco. There's a song called La Llorona.
And Coco?
Mm-hmm. Apparently, I never saw it.
I haven't watched Coco, but okay.
2019, The Curse of La Llorona by James Wan, Gary Dauberman, and Emily Gladstone. Again in 2019, another movie called La Llorona by Jairo Bustamante. I fucking love that name.
I think I have the 2019 movie.
Which one?
The first one.
Oh, okay. I think that was one that was on Netflix. Maybe.
I think so. Oh, that's the one I have.
Not sponsored. In 2022, The Legend of La Llorona, starring Danny Trejo, Autumn Reeser, and Antonio Cupo. And I love Danny Trejo. Love him.
Machete.
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Okay. La Llorona also appears in many plays, books, music, and TV series such as... Take a guess.
Oh, for what? Plays? What?
TV series.
Supernatural.
Yes. Also Grimm, Riverdale,
Huh?
and even RuPaul's Drag Race.
What?
So someone like dressed up as La Llorona in the Drag Race. I fucking love RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's like pretty
I
much...
think I remember the one from Grimm. I think I watched that.
I never watched that, so I would not know.
My mom watched that.
I don't know when La Llorona appeared in Supernatural. I want to say possibly, it didn't list it, but I feel certain there was an episode of Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt who featured La Llorona.
Maybe.
I vaguely remember like a woman that was wet in clothes, trying to hurt people or kids mainly.
I don't think she was like La Llorona though.
No, but like similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe.
Like it's like the backstory.
Yeah.
Basically. So mine was not nearly as tragic as Courtney's this week. At least not my paranormal one. The murder one was kind of rough. Both of them were rough, really rough. So yeah. I guess that's it for this week. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedandhomicidal. Sign up for our Patreon. Give us some love in the form of money because we love money. Just kidding. No, not kidding, but also kidding.
We're broke.
It's going to be patreon.com/hauntedandhomicidal. Feel free to send us emails of, any stories you want for us to cover.
Not clowns, because Lauren will not touch those.
I will not.
No.
Probably not.
No clowns.
I don't know. We'll see.
Try.
Look, we'll see.
If it involves a 7-foot clown, probably not.
I'm gonna put like a goal amount on there, and if we reach that amount, then we'll do more clown stories if y'all like them. So that's what we'll do. That's how we'll combat that, because money talks. Money talks.
And that's how bad she hates clowns.
That's how bad I hate clowns. You gotta pay me to do it. Look, my husband loves ICP. Okay.
The fuck.
Insane composting. ICP. No. Okay. Good. Don't worry about it. Here's the story.
Okay.
So he loves ICP, and they were coming to Crest Live when Crest Live was still a thing in Biloxi. And I was like, I'm going to get him tickets as a surprise. I know I don't like clowns, but I love my husband enough to go, I guess. Okay. Yeah. So we get there. Everything's going good. They're getting ready to go on stage. So I've had like a drink or two by then, right? So I go to the bar.
Maybe you should have got more.
Oh, let me get there. So I go to the bar, and this cute little bartender, she's so sweet. I was like, can you make me something fruity but strong? Like, because I'm terrified of clowns. And she's like, why are you here? I'm like, my husband. And she's like, oh, love. So she made me something super fucking strong, and I pretty much blacked out. I came to in the women's bathroom, and my husband had to send her in there to find me, because I was apparently in there for a very long time when ICP came on stage. So I'm puking my guts up in the bathroom, and she comes in there, and she's like, oh, this is my fault. And I look her dead in the eyes, and I'm like, no, it's not. Throw open the sink. And I look back at her, and I said, yes, it is.
And what the heck did she put in your drink?
I don't know, but it was fucking strong. Like, bars usually don't put a lot in there, and they can sell more. It's like a little ounce, but I think she like overdid it, and I appreciate her for it, because I don't remember any of that concert other than that part. And then, and I think about this to this day, and this has probably been 8-10 years ago. It's been a while. Okay. I still remember there was some guy. He stopped me as we were getting ready to leave, because he's like, let's go. You're fucked up. I can't deal with you right now. And I'm like, you married me.
Yeah.
So we were going to leave, and this guy was screaming for a girl named Crystal. Okay.
Not you.
He asked me to go into the bathroom and see if she was in the female bathroom, the women's bathroom. His only description of her was that she had rhinestones on her shoes. So I'm in the bathroom, drunk as fuck, trying to keep myself upright.
Why are you looking if you're drunk as fuck?
Because I was apparently very helpful when I'm drunk. I'm like, you tell me to ask me to do something? Fuck yeah, I'll do it. So I'm in the bathroom.
So clearly if we get her drunk enough, she'll do more clown stories.
I will cry. Okay. Like full on boohoo. But I'm in the bathroom looking under the stalls for a girl with rhinestone shoes. I never found her. Like when we left and he came out like behind us hollering for her. And I'm still very concerned about Crystal with the rhinestone shoes.
He probably tried to flirt, tried to get his chance, and she said no.
I think it was like his girlfriend, or they came together. He didn't seem like they didn't seem like strangers, like the way he was concerned for her.
Okay.
So either like I don't know.
She left him for another dude.
I don't know, but Crystal with the rhinestone shoes that went to ICP concert at Crest Live in Biloxi many years ago. I'm concerned for you, or I was concerned for you. Can you please reach out and let me know that you're alive? Because I think about you often, very, very often. Okay, it stresses me out, and so that's what happens when I get drunk. So I don't do it often.
No.
Do I need to add anything else? Like and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Chat us up on Facebook. Oh, and also on the Patreon, we will be doing lives soon. I mean, as soon as we get like enough subscribers, which by this point we're a couple of weeks in, but
so hopefully
we're really not, because I'm sure it comes as no surprise. We do these like way in advance. So today is actually August 4th, and it's our first episode that just dropped. Not this one, the first episode just dropped. And we're on like episode.
We're on week
5.
4. No.
3.
Yes.
We're on week 3. So it's
yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on episode 6 right now. But
yes.
We only just launched episode 1. So we're trying to. I don't know where I was going with this.
I don't either.
Okay. Well, I guess that is all for you guys. Hopefully this portion of the week stories didn't stress you out too bad. Yeah.
Because my eye was twitching.
Yeah. And we will, like I said, discuss this thing that we're doing in October closer to time. If you guys want to meet up with us, because I think that'd be really fun. So, no weirdos, okay? Like, not the bad kind. We're okay with the good kind. No bad weirdos. If you're a bad weirdo, I don't know what to tell you. But don't come, thank you. All right, well, that's all for us. We'll catch y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.